Donald Trump is having a disastrous Saturday so far as he is frozen in fear. He had told Israeli intelligence that he planned on doing a major escalation in Iran last night, and then he backed out of it. Donald Trump was trying to negotiate with Iran. Iran said, "We have no interest in negotiating with you." Donald Trump, according to multiple sources, wanted to re-engage with the Memorandum of Understanding. Iran said, "We don't want to do that anymore. You continue to breach it. We are done having negotiations." Then, of course, Donald Trump bombed. Well, he bombed at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. It was the worst thing ever. Israeli intelligence, the Mossad, they're like, "We have no clue what he's doing. He told us he was going to do it, and we assessed that was going to happen. So we don't know what the hell is even going on right now." And then Donald Trump was on the stage at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and it was just absolutely terrible. And now we're learning that a lot of even the horrible jokes that Donald Trump was saying, they were taken from like past jokes that are already out there. One would say they were plagiarized. I mean, if you just look at Reddit boards, I think this was in music lyrics as well. This is from 7 years ago. There's one from like over 15, 16 years ago as well. "My wife of 60 years said, 'Let's go upstairs and make love,'" the Reddit board said. "I told her, choose one. I can't do both." Or how about this post on X, which was Twitter, back from September 22nd? This is from 2007, this post. "Old is when your sweetie says, 'Let's go upstairs and make love,' and you answer, 'Pick one. I can't do both.'" Also, Donald Trump was using racist Vietnam jokes that he was repackaging when Donald Trump said, "But after hearing the gunshots, many people yelled, 'Get down, get down,' which caused Nicki Minaj to start twerking." And that was a racist joke taken from Vietnam. I could keep going on, but you get the point. Now, what's Donald Trump doing today? Donald Trump arrived at his golf course in Sterling, Virginia, starting his day at 10:32 a.m. He has nothing on his schedule today other than golfing today. With everything that's going on, that's how Donald Trump is spending his time. Oh, when he arrived at the golf course, this is what he posted on his social media platform. A AI image of the Canadian-United States border, and it has a gigantic wall that says "Air Filter Barrier, North America." Donald Trump mocking Canada while they are dealing with climate wildfires, while Mexico is sending people to help Canada fight wildfires. Donald Trump is attacking Canada, putting tariffs on Canada because of the wildfires, harassing Canada, and mocking them in social media posts. The American people and the entire world are sick and tired of this pathetic, vile thing. This pathetic, vile creature who inhabits the Oval Office and turned it into some yellow-looking piss on a mailbox thing. That's what it looks like when you actually look at it. I want to share this with you. Some more of these videos are coming in this morning. A caller on C-SPAN saying, "I was laughing at that speech by Donald Trump for all the wrong reasons. It's so bad. The world is watching this. He's invaded countries. And this is what he's doing. This is how he's behaving." Here, play this clip.
But as far as the correspondence dinner, I was laughing for the wrong reasons. It was so bad. You know, the world is watching this speech, and I'm embarrassed for America that we have somebody that is so bitter about being treated unfairly and complaining about all these hurts that are done to him because he's so wonderful and perfect in everything that he does. I just found it frustrating to listen to, but I listened to the whole thing. Okay. And I love the dinner, and thank you for taking my call.
Well, and Donald Trump's behaving that way also, and while he's golfing and posting new AI memes attacking Canada, because no offense to petulant 2-year-olds, but Donald Trump is a petulant, misbehaved 2-year-old. No offense to them. let's talk about what's happening in the world. The Houthis, through their main spokesperson, claimed, and we saw evidence that it's true, that they launched 2 retaliatory strikes against Saudi Arabia following Saudi Arabia strikes on Hudaydeh and Cameron Island. So Saudi Arabia struck that port city of Hudaydeh and the island. And then Yemen, remember I said they're going to respond hard. And the Houthis in Yemen responded with force. The first operation targeted these refineries in Jazan in Saudi Arabia with ballistic missiles and drones. The second targeted refinery facilities in Yanbu using ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and drones. The group claims that both attacks achieved their objectives, and we have it. We have video. I know it achieved its objective because I have the videos of it. We have the satellite footage of what's going down as well, despite the U.S. trying to suppress the satellite footage now, not just from the United States, satellite footage, private companies, but from the European Union too. We've got the footage. We've got the open source people on the ground who are taking this. Let me show you what it looked like as the Yemen Houthis successfully struck the Saudi Aramco Jazan oil refinery overnight. Here, play this clip. Show you a little bit of a closer view. You can see these thick plumes of smoke rising from the Saudi Aramco refinery. Let's play it. Multiple fire hotspots have been detected at the Saudi Arabia Aramco Jazan oil refinery following the attack right there. Still burning right now, burning down as of this recording. I mean, that's one of the biggest oil refining companies in the world. That's one of their major facilities. And the Houthis said, we're just getting started right now. It should be noted that as the Houthis were striking that facility, one of the things that Saudi Arabia was using were these Greek anti-ballistic interceptors. And it's just important to note because you have so many countries that are involved in this war. One might say the entire world is involved in this war, whether you're now looking at the United States using air bases in the UK and some other locations in Europe and elsewhere in order to engage in these catastrophic and unlawful strikes in Iran. You now have the Houthis who have shut down effectively the Bab el-Mandab Strait for Saudi Arabian tankers, the Strait of Hormuz being shut down. You have lots of, Iran is striking its Arab nation neighbors. Some of them are striking back in Iran. You have the United States moving its planes and lots of its expensive equipment to Israel because the Iron Dome still functions there, while the U.S. purported security umbrella in the Arab nations really has not been effective at all. And you take a look at what's happening in throughout the world. I mean, this morning you had President Zelensky of Ukraine post the following message. He said, Ukraine continues applying long-range sanctions in response to Russian strikes. Last night, the warriors of our defense forces hit targets across different regions of Russia that are fueling this war. Zelensky calls the long-range ballistic strikes using the FP5s. Those are the Flamingos. The FP1, FP2 are the long-range drones. But notice what Zelensky says here. I think this is significant. We also achieved very strong results with long-range strikes in the Caspian Sea, including vessels used in military cargo shipments involving Iran, as well as a warship. Zelensky claims Ukrainian forces struck a Russian ship involved in transporting military equipment to Iran. This is less than 24 hours after Trump said it would be very bad for Russia and China if they supplied Iran with weaponry. Ukraine struck the Antipinsky oil refinery in Tyumen in Russia with drones today, 2,000 kilometers from the front, one of Ukraine's deepest strikes yet. That has a capacity of 160,000 barrels a day. In response, or at the same time, Russia announced that it destroyed ships supplying Kyiv's army at the Nikolov port, a cargo ship at the Cherminsk port, a warehouse storage military cargo ship, and a bulk carrier, 3 dry cargo ships. And I know we cover a lot here the Ukrainian strikes hitting these Russian cargo ships. Russia's striking Ukrainian ships as well, and Russia's trying to do a blockade of Ukrainian ports. And think about what all of this is doing to global supply chains right now. Think about what you don't have to think about it. You know how it's impacting your wallet. You know how when you open up the fridge, there's not as many things there. You know when you go to the grocery store and they're scanning and it goes beep, beep, beep. It feels like a heart monitor because you see the prices going up. You know you can't afford anything. The cost of living is impossible. This is This is caused by how Donald Trump has just destroyed the world. I mean, how him, Netanyahu, and people like that have destroyed the world. And again, with all this taking place, what's Donald Trump doing? He's doing TikTok videos. And so Katy Perry has to respond because she isn't happy that Donald Trump is stealing, same way he steals jokes, he's stealing her music for war crime videos. And she posts, "I'm deeply appalled and angry to see firework used on the White House TikTok account as a backing track for video footage of military strikes. I did not approve this. I was not asked. I absolutely do not condone it. I wrote this song to be an anthem of hope, healing, and inner strength for people going through their darkest personal moments. To see a message of self-worth and upliftment weaponized to a soundtrack of destruction and violence is a complete violation of everything my song stands for. My music is for bringing people together, not celebrating warfare." Right? And as Donald Trump is stealing that music and he's engaged in all of these war crimes, Donald Trump promised these Arab nations that these Patriot interceptors that he sold them would work. You take a look right here, the Patriot interceptor malfunction in Manama in Bahrain. I've been showing you this footage. Here's more footage over here of some of these strikes taking place right here. We're learning that Iran is increasingly using these Khaybar-Shakan ballistic missiles in their coordinated attacks. And what Iran's been able to do studying the U.S. Patriot interceptors is Iran's able to manipulate the flight path speeds and also have these Khaybar-Shakan ballistic missiles be launched in tandem with drones in order to draw out these interceptors from the United States as the United States is completely running out of its munitions. That's why we've seen a high percentage of Iranian ballistic missiles striking their targets. I'll show you this too. Iranian state media this morning circulating a video caption, "People of Bandar Jask, weapons in hand, are waiting for the arrival of American forces," showing armed locals and militia groups in the Gulf of Oman town right here. Bandar Jask and the nearby areas of Sirik, Keshem, and Bandar Abbas have been hit repeatedly in the U.S. strikes. And you see right there the people of Iran walking around with guns. I'll leave you all with this because I think it's very important. And I don't ever want to forget Alex Pretty, his family. You know, Alex Pretty, of course, was murdered by ICE and Border Patrol, Gestapo, nurse, credible human being. Trump's ICE and Border Patrol, Gestapo, murdering him in cold blood. 6 months after the killing of her son, Alex Pretty, his mother is sharing a heartbreaking message about the grief, she says, has only deepened with time. In an emotional post marking the 6-month anniversary of Alex's death, she writes that no one has been held accountable and says her family never even received an apology or even a phone call from a government official, hospital personnel, or the Minneapolis Police Department. At the same time, she expressed profound gratitude for the overwhelming support her family has received from people around the world, urging others to continue speaking out and never forget what Alex stood for. And that's the thing that, I think is so important. People power. People. want to come together. People don't want this war. People don't want this torture. People want happiness and empathy in the aggregate. But there are really bad people. There are demons amongst us. There are horrible people. There are the Trumps. There are the Netanyahus. There are the people like that who want to inflict horrible, horrible pain in this world. And we have to recognize there are demons amongst us, and we have to call it out, and we have to be able to know that their goal is to bring misery for everybody. And we can't let them take away our happiness. We can't let them steal it. Donald Trump's at a golf course right now. He may have all this power, but he's there alone. He's frozen. He's fearful. And he'll be remembered as just one of the worst pieces of scum whoever existed for this short period of time on this planet. I'll leave you with this final clip of another caller from C-SPAN. Let's play it.
Right, we'll go to Jerry in Oceanside, California, Republican. Jerry, are you there?
I am here. Thank you. Yeah, I would say a couple of things. Number one, the whole program, I was glad I was able to watch the whole thing from beginning to end, because it was transformational in many, many ways. But the thing I would say is the Meiselas was great. I thought the awards were great and reflected, what the freedoms we have that were described. I thought the president was terrible. I was disappointed that here he is representing, the United States as a president. Well, he is a convicted felon. So here he is, but it reflects just the same way he is when he's in the news, when he's talking, whether it's here or dignitaries in other countries. He treats everybody the same way, and it's all about him. He hasn't changed, and he's not going to change. So I'm glad that you put the show on. I thought it was fantastic, but him doing people a favor and showing up and treating the audience like that was despicable, but it's the same way he treats everybody all the time.
Oh. There you have it, everybody. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. Thanks for watching, everybody. We so appreciate you.
New Meidas merch drop. Check out the latest pro-democracy sticker packs, t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and more. All at store.MeidasTouch.com.